20th of May 2023, just gone 6:38 p.m. Chicago time. Do hope you are doing well. So it's the weekend and time for another weekend futures market recap, where I go through 15 of the largest futures markets and I show you what I'm seeing on my charts. And we've had a good week this week. We finally got up through 4,200 on the E-mini. Been waiting for this for the last 2 weeks and we finally got the break Tuesday, Wednesday this week. And we're going through the E-mini charts first, but I'm going to start with the tip bar charts and work our way up. Normally I start with the daily chart and work our way down, but I think it makes more sense to work from the tip bar charts up so you can see some of the weakness into this move. So on the tip bar chart here, you can see the vertical solid yellow lines mark the beginning and the ends of the week. And this move, the test break through the 4,200 levels, set up with exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, and flush patterns here. I always say when the bullish divergence is close to the zero line, like it was here, wait for the flush signal. And the flush signal comes in. Beautiful little stair-step trade here. Blue professional bars come in and the trailing stop on better prime gets trailed up and we get a little bit of a stair-step going on there. So that was the move down here, 41.30, and it took us into 42.20s up here at the highs. But at the highs, we get some blue professional bars taking profits and then Rambo patterns right at the highs. And a Rambo pattern is a potential reversal of an amateur breakout. So it just means that that move is being led by the amateurs. Little R patterns there are being printed on the chart. The average trade size is low, showing it's the amateurs that are trading at that point, and it's suspect. So as soon as the lows of that little sequence get broken, that's a signal to either take profits or maybe go short. But we've not had exhaustion buy at this point, so the move technically on the uptrend is not over. We could just have a little bit of settling back for the first couple of days of this week before having another go at 4,200. Let's wait and see. 15-minute charts here. There we go. Beginning of the week, there's that whole sequence: exhaustion sell, bullish divergence, flush patterns, bang, bang, bang. Also happens to be the bullish divergence right on the zero line here, so we'll wait for the flush. Bang, blue professional bars here, 42.20, taking profits. We cuddle back down. So we put in a little pullback to end of trend on the lowest time frame at that point. But because we're so far past the resistance on the highest time frame, we've got to put in a pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame here. So we're still in an uptrend. It's just a question if we're going to settle down a little bit before taking off to the upside. 45-minute chart here, a triple signal. So we've got all three time frames resistance coming pretty close together. So we're a definite uptrend at this point. And all of these charts, the background is printed in red, showing that we're in an uptrend on both price and volume. So all of the charts are showing that at the moment. So that's the 45-minute chart. 135-minute chart, we're just going to be putting in a pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame over the next few bars here. And that will mean that we've got triple going on 135-minute chart. We've got resistance on the high, the intermediate once that end of trend comes in, and the lowest time frame. So just wait and see whether we just settle down. And then the daily chart here, you can see the move was being led by the amateurs, amateur up bars, and it actually generated on the daily chart Rambo patterns here on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's been the strongest of all of the charts, all of the indices that we've got. Started this move earliest as we broke out here at the beginning of the week, bang, bang. And here you can see a triple signal going on nicely with all three resistance coming in on the daily chart. You can see how close the resistance levels came in together. It's an end of trend on the highest and the lowest time frames, and just a regular resistance on the intermediate time frame. This has got to run at least pullback to end of trend on the intermediate time frame, so we're definitely in an uptrend. Question is if we're just going to settle down a little bit. I would be looking at this level. The lows of that amateur sequence there are going to be absolutely key. So on the NASDAQ, that is 326 on the Qs. So there we go. We got the break, but coming into a little bit of trouble at this point, so wait and see. I don't think I'm taking any short trades, but just waiting for it to settle back down to the next level from which it will take off to the upside potentially. So there we go. It's what I'm looking at on the E-mini charts. Let's go to the tip bar charts and look at some of the triple signals that have come up this week. So Forex charts first. This is the euro, and you can see over the last couple of weeks we've just been lurching down, and finally I think we might have bottomed on the euro. We're starting to find a low here. These triple signals did not work out. We kept on trying to break higher and just collapsed through those lows. This one here is a little bit better. Blue professional bars come in here, exhaustion buy, getting the move going, getting rid of some sellers here with an exhaustion sell, which is good. So let's see if we can get back up through 8.4, 8.5 on the euro to really show some strength on the euro. British pound next. No signals for the last 2 weeks, but potentially, if we get a bullish divergence signal on the British pound, we could get a triple signal here. We've got exhaustion sell, but no bullish divergence yet. It's oversold, blue professional bars at those lows, and we've broken the trailing stop from better priam. So all we need is that bullish divergence signal to come in, and that would signal on the British pound. Aussie dollar is not looking as strong here. The last time we saw blue professional bars was on the retrace here. We come back up to 67 and it just can't make it through there. The blue professional bars, far more blue professional bars here than at those lows. We just had two little bars here, but we had a whole sequence come in here taking profits. And so we're still weak on the Aussie dollar. We've got to go see exhaustion sell. We've got to go see blue professional bars at the lows. So that's not looking good for the Aussie. And Japanese yen. Japanese yen, we had a really nice signal at the end of last week here, short, bang, at this point here. And it's just continued down and down. A little bit of short covering rally at this point. We got exhaustion buy, bearish divergence. So that's triggered a lot of short covering at that point here, as trailing stops are hit, but we've not got exhaustion sell down here, and not a whole bunch of blue professional bars at the lows. Some here and some here, but not many on the Japanese yen. So let's see what happens with the Forex charts this week. With the E-mini, we definitely had signals into those lows. There's that exhaustion sell, bullish divergence flush pattern comes in. We'd broken above the blue professional bars, stair step here, and that gives us a nice sequence of triple signals. We'd actually had them last week as well, but we were caught in this really tight range on the E-mini, so that's good. In terms of getting a reversal signal, no, because we haven't had exhaustion buy and bearish divergence at those highs, so that's not on the cards for the E-mini. 10-year notes, a nice signal long last week, but came into trouble with exhaustion buy and blue professional bars came in, and it wasn't until we saw the bearish divergence signal and another break of better pro-am that we got a triple signal short. Now at the lows down here, this looks like it might catch the lows, but there's no exhaustion sell yet. So let's see what happens on the 10 years this week. And precious metals, so gold, nice triple signal here. The exhaustion sell was a while ago, but it took us a while to form this bottom here at 1960. Not a whole bunch of blue professional bars here, but that's good on the retrace here. If this level holds 1975, then that's good. So let's see if we get a break up through 1987, something like that, to show that we've got strength in gold. And silver. Silver, at the beginning of the week, we had signals, but we kept on lurching down. And no blue professional bars at the lows here, but they've come in here. Let's wait and see if we get through 24.3, 24.5 for another signal long in silver. And Bitcoin. Bitcoin had trouble. Keep on lurching down, hit 26,000 here at the beginning of the week. And it's super volatile at the moment, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. But potentially we've got a signal lining up on Bitcoin because we've had our exhaustion sell bullish divergence. We're oversold. We just need to break back above the trailing stop on better pro-am. It's a little bit of a ways away at the moment, but let's wait and see if we get blue professional bars coming in on Bitcoin there and getting a triple signal. Now, what's going on crude? So a couple of weeks ago, we had all of these crude signals finally go off, where we had this crash down to 64 down here at the lows. And I've had triple signals this week and seemingly got out a whole bunch of sellers at that point with exhaustion sell bullish divergence. So a little bit volatile at the moment. But let's see if we can break out of this wide channel from 74 to 70 here and get things going on crude. Natural gas had a strong move in natural gas this week, all the way from the last couple of weeks down from $2 all the way up to $2.65, and we got triple signals at the end of this week. So that's not unusual to push past the blue professional bars at those highs. So let's see if the professional is dumping out of natural gas temporarily for a short trade there. And copper. What's copper been doing? Yeah, nice signal this week. Here at the equities market, exhaustion sell bullish divergence. Blue professional bars come in. We're oversold. There we got our triple signal there. So we'll be waiting for this to break back up through this resistance area here, top of the channel, to confirm that we're in an uptrend on copper. And then I think the ags have been pretty badly beat this week. So down, down, down all week here. On corn, we didn't have signals at the beginning of the week to go short, unfortunately. It wasn't great. Soybeans, same thing. Beginning of the week, we had signals to go long, failed. and we continue to break down and down and down. No blue professional bars come in with those exhaustion sell down there, but potentially that's looking for a reversal trade. And then wheat, same thing, super weak. Finally, did got good signals here though, beginning of the week. Exhaustion buy, bearish divergence flush, blue professional bars on the way up and on the way down. Break the trailing stop, we're overbought, bang, we have a nice short on the way down. So the ags were weak this week. Let's see if they find some area of support. So we did get our breakthrough 4200, come into a little bit of trouble up here at 4220, 4230. So let's see if we get a couple of days of weakness before blue professional bars step in again and then push it through that those highs to really get this move going. So on a personal note, we're back in Sydney taking care of personal business and still traveling Sunday, Monday until we settle into our new accommodation. So not going to be taking any trades then, but let's see if something sets up midweek for a nice swing trade for a few days. Anyway, hope your trading is going well. Looking forward to next week's trade.